Hello, dork dweebs. You better get ready, because guess what? It's learning o'clock. Let's suppose we've been assigned the following problem. We are to consider the function f of x equals 3x minus 1. Subsequently, we are to graph f of x. Subsequent to that, we are to find the equation of the translation of f of x 2 units to the right. Then we are to find the equation of h of x, which will be the translation of f of x 6 units down. And finally, we are to graph our answers in B and C. Sounds quite difficult. Let us begin. First, let's observe that f of x is in the form y equals mx plus b. As you recall, this is the equation of a line, a linear equation. Now m will be the slope and b will be the y-intercept. And if you can't remember those, I have a clever pneumatic device which will help you. Remember, m stands for, my goodness, I can't believe the variable m stands for slope. And b stands for, but there's no way b stands for the y-intercept. That should help you remember. Okay, so without further ado, this is the slope, this is the y-intercept. So the y-intercept, 0, -1. And the slope means that every time we go right 1 on the graph, the y value increments by 3. Okay, so if we go right 1, where x equals 1, and the y value goes up 3 units from -1. -1 plus 3, +2. So the next point on the line is 1, +2. And if we went right again, we would go up 3 units again in the y direction. So the next point after that would be 2, +5. And then we can connect the dots. And that will be the graph of f of x. Okay, now for B and C. So we want to find the equation of g of x, which is the translation of f of x 2 units to the right. Well, luckily, we know how to do that. So, as we've seen previously, to translate a graph 2 units to the right, we subtract 2 from x in parentheses. Remember, this is a little counterintuitive. We subtract if we want to go right. Okay, so we plug x minus 2 into f in place of x. We get 3 times the quantity x minus 2 minus 1. Any questions? Good, then let us proceed. It remains only to simplify. Let us distribute this 3 over this quantity. So 3 times x is 3x. 3 times -2, -6. So this is 3x minus 6 minus 1. And of course we can combine like terms. And so g of x will be 3x minus 7. All right, so that's the equation for g of x. So we've done A, we just did B, now on to C. We want to find the equation of h of x, which will be the translation of f of x 6 units down. Okay? So if you recall, to translate f of x 6 units down, we subtract 6 from the whole quantity f of x. So f of x minus 6. All right. So f of x is 3x minus 1. Then we subtract 6 from that quantity, and we get 3x minus 7. This appears quite puzzling. We obtained the same equation for g of x and for h of x. But g of x was the translation of f of x 2 units to the right. H of x is the translation 6 units down. Did we make a mistake? Well, let's see. We'll graph this line, and we'll see if we did everything correctly. So this is part D. Okay, so to graph it, again, we're in the form mx plus b. This is mx plus b. Then our m is 3, and our b is negative 7. Okay, what's m? My goodness, I can't believe m stands for slope. So the slope is 3, and b, but there's no way b is the y-intercept, so the y-intercept is negative 7. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the y-intercept is 0, negative 7. Then every time we go right 1, we go up 3. So if we go right 1 to x equals 1, we go up 3 from negative 7, which is negative 4. And if we go right another one, we're at x equals 2, we go up 3 from that, and we get a y value of negative 1. Okay? And we can connect the dots. So this is the equation, or rather the graph of the line of g of x, which is allegedly the same as the line, which is the graph of h of x. This is the graph of g of x and h of x because they're equal. But how does it make sense that they're equal if g of x was the translation 2 units right and h of x 6 units down? Well, we can see this from the graph. So if I take the pink line and I move everything 6 units down, yes, indeed, I do end up on the blue line. Okay. At the same time, if I were to translate it 2 units to the right, I would also end up on the blue line. So this blue line is simultaneously the translate of the pink line 2 units to the right, or the translate 2 units, or rather 6 units down. What a surprise. But then again, math is full of surprises, as is life.